The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Alright, well, we're live.
Okay. All right. I mean, there isn't really much conversation to be had beforehand. It's just us two for now.
We will be
Kirby,
joined
everybody's just
by
fun.
Frank soon, and Dylan is currently got, actual, life stuff going on that he has to attend to today. So, that's why he's not here. But, yeah, Frank will be joining us in just a bit, and as it is, fuck it. We got us two here. We can do this.
Yeah.
We've
The two
always
most
done this.
charismatic members.
The two best members, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the best
the
member
richest
and the
member.
second best member. You are the
Yeah.
best member, Trey.
No. That's not true.
Oh, no. It's you.
No. It's me. I
got it.
But anyways, welcome.
It's me.
Got a new album, it's me. Hey,
Did
it's
I
me.
use AI in the promotion? Who the fuck knows? But,
I'll just say probably. It's me.
Nice. Nice.
Welcome to Sunset City, everybody. Yeah. Do you
keep
wanna
it 100 on the Sunset City.
Yes, for sure. The Sonic podcast that can't be recreated by AI. I'm one of your hosts, Trey Nobles. And next to me is Channel Pup.
Hello, Trey Nobles. It is I, Channel Pup.
Yeah. And Frank will be here in a little bit, and we'll introduce him as well. Hopefully, it won't be too long. But
He's a man who needs no introductions.
and he knows no bounds.
Do you need me to do the reads of the patron shout-out?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, that'd
Alright,
be great.
so- First things first. All super chats are read out at the end of the episode, so if you send something in and it doesn't sound like we're getting to it, trust me, we are. We will see it. We will get to it at the end. It's just to preserve the flow. I don't have to explain anything to you, actually. Go away. But the show is also brought to you in large thanks to our many great patrons. And we have a special shout-out tier. It's the Bat Enjoyer tier, and those people who subscribe to the Bat Enjoyer tier, you're getting outed publicly now. We've got My Great Rolls, Vem101, Aiden Fitzgerald, Stardust Chaos, Crimson Rose, Mr. SP, and KB. So those are the Bat Enjoyers. They enjoy bats. They love them. Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, there you go.
And with that,
There you go.
we're open for business. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Super chats will be right at the end as well. I don't know if you said that. You probably did.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been quite a week for new things coming to existing Sonic games. So we'll just kind of start off with some of the news topics that we got, and then we're gonna move into our kind of 8-bit special, I guess, because I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. So first things first, we'll talk about Sonic Rumble. There's new content for Sonic Rumble. And I don't know yet how you unlock these things or if they are paid, but so basically there's a new shadow outfit that's a warrior shadow, I believe.
Yeah.
And refresh my memory, was that the competition winner or was that shadow in a cat costume? I can't remember now.
That's a good question.
I'll take a look. I want to see who the competition winner was again. I know it was a shadow that won. And he was wearing an outfit, but I don't know if it was this one. So let's see. Sonic Rumble competition. Yeah, it was Shadow in a cat costume, so that's not the competition winner. That's a completely different thing. But yeah, we've got kind of a warrior shadow. There's also 2 new companions, or buddies as they're referred to in the game. You've got the Space Colony arc, which is cool.
Ooh.
And you've got
cool.
who else have you got? My mind's drawn a blank now. Oh, Black Doom. Sorry, the Doom's Eye. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And then there are some Maria emotes that you could get as well.
Amazing.
And finally, the real blockbuster. This is the one that we should really be excited about, right? Get ready. Don't bother sitting down because you'll just shit yourself when you hear this. ML is in the game.
It is
So
true.
that's very exciting. I'd consider him kind of a must-have. That whole bundle really looks like a must-have. I just hope it's not expensive. But like, yeah, if you get your hands on any of that stuff, use code Gotta Be Frank. He's the only one of us here that's currently still in the creator program. So yeah, you can use Dave Ace, but I don't know why you'd do that. So yeah, just stick with Gotta Be Frank for now. Yeah. Okay. But like, yeah, like ML finally like playable for the first time since Sonic Battle. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah.
like, it also completely puts to bed, like, there's, people that are like, oh, you can't have Gamma because Gamma's dead. Like, this puts that to bed. You can have ML. And I think the fact that you could have ML in this shows that you could have ML in Crossworlds as well, which would be really cool. And it would be cool to have GemL as well. I wouldn't mind betting that there'll be a GemL down the line anyway, because all they really got to do is just slightly retool ML.
Yeah, just retexture them and like add like the headpiece type deal. There's some other details, but yeah, they got the base of it down with Emerald.
Do you reckon this maybe is in part thanks to kind of the reaction to seeing ML again in Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings?
I think so. Like I either that or it just made it easier for them to greenlight it, if that makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, people want this. Like it probably was like something in the works already, but like it's good to have that confirmation of like, oh yeah, this character people tend to like a lot. So yeah, it's an easier sell.
I think they definitely, like, as the years have been going by, they've been introducing more and more kind of like unlikely concepts to return to the series. I mean, like, you got to think, just like bringing back Black Doom as like a major villain for like a mainline Sonic title was quite a big deal.
Yeah.
And of course, you got Mephiles in there as well.
Yep.
But like, then obviously you had like the recent Tangle and Whisper announcement, and now we've got ML is in Sonic Rumble and stuff. I think there's a lot of like gradual like introductions of like, or reintroductions of kind of characters that Sega had previously put to bed. And I reckon, if we keep responding really well to all this stuff, maybe someday they'll get a bit more lenient with other continuities as well. Maybe. If we're lucky, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say nothing's kind of like nothing's kind of like off the table, And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just that, like, because companies are they want to give you something that they know will sell.
Give me the
So
Cosmo
they don't
the
wanna-
Cedrian. Give me Cosmo the Cedrian in Sonic Rumble.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to determine like which like which characters or which continuities will be kind of like celebrated next, I guess, because the whole year of Shadow thing was like, oh yeah, we're gonna good and bad. Let's try to see what we can do.
The thing is, they've never gone outside of the main line with these things.
Yeah.
I think it would be really quite a major thing if we saw, like, Styx the Badger or something. I mean, the fact that Styx got a name drop at the end of Sonic Frontiers. But, like...
I mean, also Tangle and Whisper being in Crossworlds, like, that just makes it even more plausible.
I believe IDW is supposed to be canon, though.
It is, yes, but, like, it's supposed to be canon... But even then, there was still some like separation between the two, I guess, between like the games and like basically the games would exist and then IDW would like fill in the gaps, and that's what I guess the canon side of things was for a minute. Now it seems to be way more of a symbiotic, intertwined thing rather than like, oh yeah, let's write the comic around the game. Now it's like, okay, let's try to see if we can like weave these stories in and out of each other, which I think is
kind of for
cool.
better and for worse as well, because I know that like IDW doesn't really do like massive event status stories anymore because like they need to fit into the timeline of the Sonic the Hedgehog games and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like you got kind of the worst of both worlds when there's one that's just kind of kicking up at the heels of the other, whereas like I think in the past we had it better when it was like, when we could get like the Shattered Earth arc from like Archie and stuff like that, and you'd get a new interpretation of a familiar story, like having two versions of Unleashed is cool, and it would be cool to like, I appreciate what they're doing in giving us like a follow up on Sage where she meets Belle and stuff. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
But I think it's a shame we don't get to see like a comic adaptation of Sonic Frontiers. Like how they could expand on that.
Yeah.
In ways that the game would
And, like,
really benefit from.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that since it's all kind of canon within each other, I don't know if they want to like retread, I guess, old ground by making like a comic version of the same story.
That's the thing I just think is
Um,
unfortunate about this business model, though. Is
Yeah.
I don't think they found a way yet to really make the comics be anything special since that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, hey Franken.
Frank,
Welcome- welcome.
Here.
All right, now we
hello,
can
Matt.
start. Hello, welcome everyone to Sunset City, the Sonic Podcast. No, I'm kidding. But Franken's here now.
Frank's here now.
Yeah, good to
Trey's
have
now
you.
allowed to leave. I'm joking.
Yeah.
You're not.
I do have to leave kind of early just because I have a music thing happening at around 4 my time. So
Oh,
around like
look at me.
1.5 hours, I gotta
I-
get going. But
I
yeah.
have to go play guitar for the college kids.
Actually, no, I gotta play keyboard. All right, get it right.
I gotta play keyboard for the starving children.
Look, all right. We're not gonna feed them, but like we're gonna play some good music. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
literally
Like,
Bono.
yeah. And I still haven't found. Yeah, but
Treo.
Toronto. Toronto.
Jesus.
Yeah, my favorite band, Boo 2.
If you start doing like Mega Man covers under that name, you can call yourself Tron Bono.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Or if you want to go for a friendlier vibe, you could be called Tronly Bonly.
Tronly Bunly.
Tronly Bonly. Alright, so Franken, I'll catch you up. All we've talked about so far has been like Sonic Rumble getting the MO skin and stuff like that, and how they've kind of
Yeah.
been slowly but surely reintroducing some characters that we didn't think we'd see again, which is quite cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Always love to see that. I wonder if they ever said anything. They did say something about like their adjustment of like the feedback about the microtransactions, right? Like, has any of that been implemented yet, or not
I
yet?
don't know yet. I haven't looked at the item shop, but like, yeah, I know that they mentioned that they were taking feedback on board and were going to look into it. I don't know how far they've gone, but like,
I don't know. I think the thing that's crazy is that it's not like people were just silent during the open beta test or whatever either. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, no, they
or
were
like-
pretty vocal about it.
yeah, they
Like,
tried it. They're
Yeah,
like, "Ooh, do we try it or not? No, we'll try it.
we'll try it, and now it's like
Maybe we'll
not
get some
really
sales.
working.
You just go
Because that's the
Frank.
thing. That's the thing is that I want that emerald skin, but it's good. Like it costs almost as much as like Sonic or not Sonic not Sonic Riders, but like it almost costs as much as Kirby Air Riders. And I'm like, I'm just gonna get Kirby Air Riders
Eesh.
at that point.
The best I would say is just go in. They have the thing where you can play like some of the stages like single player. I would just go in there and just grind as many red star rings as you can get, because I think for each time you go for each one that you go for, they have like a chest for it when you complete it, and it gives you like red star rings. So I would just try to go for that as much as possible. I think they're
Yeah.
also giving out red star rings the more you play. I don't know how long that's going on for, but I would just take advantage of that.
That's good. Yeah.
It doesn't fix everything. It just makes it a little easier, which, I mean, honestly, I would rather just have some of the stuff be cheaper. But
Yeah.
I feel like they're making up for lost revenue because the game was delayed for how many months?
for like a year, almost a
Like,
year.
well,
almost
like,
a year.
yeah, like.
It was delayed for so long, and no one knew when it was gonna release. Like,
I mean,
until
delay
they were
number
like,
3, that has been since May. So, like, yeah, like May 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a ride. It really has. And
Oh, yeah.
it's nice to finally be able to play it on PC. As for the real Rumble news, though, that I know everyone here actually wants to hear about. So I'm not in the creator program yet, but they said they're looking into
Oh,
it.
God.
So maybe
Okay,
we'll
okay.
get some actual news out of that at some point. Maybe.
That'd be nice.
Be cool, wouldn't it? But like, yeah. So then the next thing. So Trey, you say you haven't played the SpongeBob DLC for Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Nope, not yet.
What about you, Franken?
I played it. I played a little bit of it before the servers were just completely messed up. The day that the DLC released, so it was kind of cool. I feel like they could have done more on the final stage, though.
I've only played the
Uh,
DLC single player so far. I played like in the Grand Prix mode and stuff because I like to experience it that way first.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah, and I thought, as far as the track goes, like the Minecraft one really kind of blew me away. This one is still pretty solid, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not quite. It didn't like rupture my anus like the Minecraft one did. Like with the Minecraft one, it changes itself up constantly. Whereas
Yeah,
with
the
the
Minecraft
SpongeBob
one kind of it went above and beyond on that one, and unfortunately, the SpongeBob one did not really do that. It added like one element to it when you get to the final lap, but I feel like it could have done more.
it's a fun one with like the volcano eruption and stuff like that. And
Yeah, it is fun. It's just I don't know. I think the Minecraft one set our expectations a little too high.
yeah, like that was a hell of
Yeah.
a beginning. Like, because again, just how much that thing changes. Like, because like the last lap is completely different as well. This one, I would say, like, is most comparable to say like the North Star Island map, where it's it's a fine race. It's quite flat. It's quite a traditional race track design compared to some of the other big deal tracks that they have in Sonic Racing Crossworlds that are damn near platforming levels at times, and I love that too.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad track. I've seen some people say it's the worst track in the game, and I don't know. Like,
No.
if there is a worst track in the game, it's still fine as far as I'm concerned, but I couldn't pinpoint what I think the worst one is.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the more basic tracks in the game, but it's not the worst.
Which one would you say is the worst? You seem to have an idea of what a worst could be, right? Like,
I feel like that one's going to be subjective. It just depends on like what you prefer.
oh, of
I-
course, but
um,
like, what's like your least favorite?
yeah.
I guess.
Honestly, I don't think I have a worse one. Everything is like not a lot of them kind of pop out as like amazing. Only a few do. So everything else is kind of like, oh, here's all the really good ones, and then everything else.
I
Fair.
think for me, it's only like I get tired of a track more so than the track is bad. Because there's been plenty of times where I've played like, let's say, an hour or so of Crossroads, and everyone chooses Radical Highway every single time. And it's like, good God, please, can we pick another track? And I love Radical Highway as a track, but like it just
Yeah, like, it
becomes
gets
too
picked
much when
so
everyone
often
picks
because
it.
it's so good, but
Yeah.
it wears off because you've played it so much in one go.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think there's any like the only track that's like kind of bland and like it's by design is East Stadium in my opinion because it's like it's
Yeah.
the first.
I think it's
you
brilliantly
know, it's-
designed for what it is, though. Like, it shows you all the little.
It
like,
is.
It's the perfect like.
It teaches you everything you need to know. It even has like a warp ring near the end too to get you used to that. Like it's
And
a
it
very
looks
nicely
great,
put together
like
track.
visually, like.
It really does, yeah. But like, I think it's just since that's like it's like the Mario circuit of the game, where it's like
Which again,
there's other
wasn't-
tracks that have more like embellishments or more flourishes or just more visually interesting.
I'd probably
Yeah,
say White
but
Cave is the worst track in my opinion.
Which one's the worst
Mhm.
track?
White Cave.
White Space.
White Cave.
I like White Space.
Oh,
yeah.
White
No, not
Cave.
White
Oh,
Space.
White
Cave.
Cave.
Yeah. The one from Riders.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's like a Crossroads track.
It's a
though.
crossword, but it's
right?
still I
It
still
counts.
count it.
It counts. I
Yeah.
think we.
Yeah,
you could-
I can agree that
If you
there's
could
a
play it on time
conveyance
attack.
issue with that. Yeah, there's like a conveyance issue with that one because there's a lot of times where I'm kind of just flying through the air and sometimes I get turned around.
You have to look
even
very
knowing.
far ahead, and there's a lot you can just kind of fly over.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm gonna say Holoska. It's cool to see it back.
Really?
I'm just not
Okay.
into it.
Interesting. Okay.
it is kind of just like a straight line for most of it. I will agree with
That's
you on
kind
that.
of what
it
I
is.
like about it, though.
And the only difference you get is either you want to go in water or do you want to go in the sky, and then
Yeah.
you get maybe like one extra path like that. It's like, oh, top
Yeah.
road, bottom road, and then it's done.
It looks so beautiful, though.
It does. It's just like track design wise, it's not my favorite. It's probably one of my least favorites.
I don't know what the absolute favorite one would be. Probably somewhere between Steampunk City, Coral Town, and Maybe Colorful Mall even. Colorful Mall is a great track.
Mystic Jungle is probably one of my favorites. Just
Mystic Jungle fucks.
like, yeah, the amount that you can get out of that out of that track is ridiculous.
Yeah, the half pipes make for a really interesting design as well. The snake is fun. And the fact that there's a shortcut on the snake as well is really cool.
Yeah, they really just wanted to go all out on that one, and I appreciate it.
Nah, it was awesome. It's got to be said, Kronos Island doesn't look amazing, but it's a great layout.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And the
It's
shortcut
pretty good.
is so unserious.
Oh yeah, it really is.
It's just here's a quick cut corner that is so good that you can even just take the slowdown and still have an advantage.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not. I did not know that part. I just
No,
figured
yeah,
like,
if you just
oh,
take
well,
it
I'm
and
going,
you don't
I'm
have
going
a boost
slower, so
twist,
I'm kind of screwed.
It still works. Like it will still.
It kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of how 1-2 is, where it's we were all trained to go to the top route, but it's deceptively designed that way.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. I mean, obviously, like there is still a bit of risk reward because, like, if other cars are in there as well, like it can get clogged because it's quite narrow. I know some people say like the valley or the alley of death or whatever the fuck it's called in Apotos is like bad design, but I'm not gonna lie. I would think that if that were more of the level, but having just a quick funnel through section is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And and depending on your gadget, it actually works well with the game. It was funny because like I figured that would continue to be like a criticism of it, and then as I played, I was like, oh wait, actually no, I can see why they did this. It makes sense now.
You can use it to. You can even like take advantage of slowing down behind the other cars and just picking up speed behind them, rather than just bashing into everything. Because that's the thing, is everyone's going to want to try and get through there first. You can always strategize a little differently. But yeah, I think what I'm calling the funnel is a really fun part of the level. And it is interesting just because, like, the track design, again, it is damn near platform level-y at times with, like, how many, like, paths are effectively on different planes and stuff like that. You know, that it gets very platformy at times, particularly with stages like Coral Town or Ocean View and stuff like that. And like with the way the alternate routes are as well is very, well, it's very Sonic coded. Like that is just a big part of Sonic appeal. That I think the game has done an amazing job at capturing. So it is kind of like, of the Sonic racing titles, it is probably the one that has the most in common with like just a normal Sonic platformer, and I think that's really cool. As for this SpongeBob one, again, it is the most kart racer tracky of the bunch. It feels very kind of amusement parky. But I will say it gives a lot of like character and charm to Bikini Bottom. Bigwood, as I've called him, is very cursed looking. I don't know. I think it's just his eyes are slightly too small, and it frightens me.
Right.
And also, in the third lap, Trey, do you care much about spoilers?
I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna play it eventually, anyways. Yeah.
In the third lap, you see Squidward's tiki house just takes off for some reason, like a rocket, and then a volcano erupts, and then Squidward's tiki house lands in it, like it's a cork.
That's funny.
And you can only
That's a
see
detail
it in the
you might-
background.
Yeah, like you'll miss that detail if you don't look in the background after you finish a race.
The only thing I
Because
will
like it'll
say-
give you
Go on.
it'll give you the camera angles to see it, but when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's what's going on. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
The one thing that did bother me, and Penguins pointed this out in the chat, he says, I wish Bikini Bottom didn't look so washed out in the colors. And yeah, I agree. It's a really weird color. But I also feel like there's no like on-screen effects to suggest that this is underwater either. Like, it would be nice to see some bubbles or something.
Yeah. Or even like a slight like wave effect. Maybe.
Yeah, it would have
Like
to
a
be very slight purely just because
Yeah.
it would interfere with the racing experience and depth. But like,
yes. But
yeah,
something,
if
you
they
know.
just had something there, like just some bubbles or something.
I think bubbles would make it, or like even if it's coming out of like little things in the in like on the track, if like little bubbles were coming out of stuff like that, I think that would work.
Yeah.
You don't need it to be like on screen. You could have it at like different points of that level, and it would work.
They should have one where
Yeah.
you could, where there's actually bubbles that are big enough for you to like drive into and stuff. And if you don't drive into them, you hear the
Oh,
drowning
yeah.
theme, and you could get knocked off of the track. Have a
Oh, that would
labyrinth.
be a cool mechanic.
Give me a
Yeah.
labyrinth
That'd be a cool-
track.
Maybe for a challenge mode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love like an underwater stage equivalent in a Sonic racing title.
Amazing.
And then as for like we've seen the character models already in the menu screen and stuff, but yeah, SpongeBob and Patrick are in there. I must admit, I do like the yelchy, squelchy cartoon noises they've used instead of dialogue. I find it really funny.
Oh yeah.
And then the emotes look a bit cheap that they've got, but it's whatever. It's just the emotes.
Yeah.
The thing I
They do
find
have some
hilarious.
memes.
The thing I find so funny though is that like Sonic fans literally modded jiggle physics into this game so that they could get their lore accurate Rouge mods and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
now jiggle physics is officially in the game with Patrick Starr's tummy, and I find that so fucking funny.
Oh,
Two
that's
completely
amazing.
different approaches to jiggle physics. It's wonderful. And I love how angry Patrick looks while he's accelerating as well for some reason. It's very funny. But yeah, okay. So I think that wraps up the SpongeBob portion. You guys ready to talk about some 8-bit Sonic games?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Alrighty. So I'm kind of omitting spin-offs just because I know that we are quite short on time. So this will just be the mainline 8-bit titles. But I've been wanting to do this episode for a little while because like the 8-bit Sonic games are something that I have like sneered at a little bit on here a few times. They've been a butt of a few jokes, but I've always been very kind of fascinated by them. I often feel very compelled to pick them up and play them, but then when I pick them up and play them, I'm very compelled to put them down and not play them sometimes.
Right.
But there are certain like ways that I can enjoy them more than others and stuff like that. And I must admit, I think I have found a new appreciation for these things. But like, what are your overall thoughts, guys, on just like 8-bit Sonic? Like, you know, would you say it's fair to just say that they're lesser classic Sonic games, or maybe they're good in their own right? Like, what do you guys think?
It depends on the title.
Yeah.
Well, like a good one then.
Bec-
Like, let's say like the best one. Would you say the best one is good enough to be worth playing next to the 16-bit ones if like someone's a bit more casual and needs recommendations?
Yes. It's one of those things like games like Sonic 1 and Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble. Like I would instantly recommend those ones because those are pretty solid.
What say you, Trey?
Yep. I say it also depends on the platform. I think Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on the Master System are much better experiences than on the Game Gear just because of like the screen real estate. So if I had to recommend like 88-bit Sonic games, I guess to start off with, it would definitely be the Master System versions of those games.
Well,
I have a hard time. Oh, you know what? I'll let you finish.
You go on, Trey.
Oh yeah. Well, like yeah. Other than that, like, I think it's also just like recognizing, like, hey, like you can have a good time with these games, but like there's some like you gotta temper your expectations, you know. Sometimes
There's
like,
a lot of like old game sensibilities in
there's
there.
that,
like,
and they kind of had to be because they couldn't really recreate. I mean, up until what like Sonic, like, well, I'm pretty sure most 8-bit Sonic games have like the loops and everything, but I know they're very sparse.
Sonic 2
Sonic
was
1.
the first one to have a loop, and I think in terms of like the overall feeling, the first one to truly get it right, I think, was Sonic Chaos. But let me back up a little bit.
Yeah.
So Master System to Game Gear conversion is something that I do want to talk about. But like it makes it a bit difficult for me because I think, yes, the Master System versions, you do have much better screen real estate. But there are areas where they've polished things up a little bit in the 8-bit versions, especially for like Sonic 1, for example. Like in Sonic 1's 8-bit version, you've got like Jungle Zone Act 2. And in the Master System version, it turns into like this vertical auto-scroller kind of deal. But it's not quite an auto-scroller, but the screen is continuously scrolling up. And
yeah, and anytime you go slightly below, you end up dying.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero warning of a death plane, and you could go onto a platform that looks perfectly within reach, but die because it's beneath where you currently are at. And it doesn't communicate that. But with the Game Gear version, they got rid of that.
I will. I'm probably gonna say like it communicates it, just doesn't do as good of a job considering like where the camera is at all times.
I don't
But yeah,
know,
that
though,
was the thing I
'cause-
was originally going to stop you on. When it came to suggesting the Master System Sonic one over the Game Gear one, I would always prefer the recommending the Game Gear one. And I know it gets re-released all the time. It'd be nice to get the Master System versions, but
Yeah, I think that another thing too is also the accessibility of these games. Like the Master System versions just don't get the re-release love that the Game Gear versions do.
It was
And I
quite
think
cool that we did get those Game Gear versions come to Sonic Origins DLC in the end, because it's like it definitely seemed like Sega were at the time just burying those, but like now we do at least have a current way of playing those officially.
yeah,
And the thing with like the other thing as well though is like with Sonic 2, I think it's kind of the opposite. Like the Game Gear version is a lot rougher because obviously you've got the screen crunch, but then on the Game Gear version you've got things like the first boss fight behaves a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Like the little ball thing that Robotnik is dropping down. In the Master System, it's like consistent. It always follows a particular pattern. Whereas in the Game Gear one, it can pick up speeds and drop speeds, which really doesn't bode well for the screen crunch. Still doable, but very frustrating.
right.
But obviously, I don't want to get too far ahead. I think in the case of Sonic 1, the Game Gear 1 adds enough little improvements to make up for that screen crunch. It still means like you'll have a more comfortable, generalized experience on the Master System, but I think the Game Gear 1 is just a bit more polished, especially for things like in the Master System one, there's a Chaos Emerald that's just sat in a spike bed, and there's no way of getting it without taking a hit. Whereas in the Game Gear one, they've repositioned it to a much more sensible location. And
wait, no, there is. There is a way to get it without taking damage. You're expected to grab a the invincibility item. You're expected to grab that to go and run all the way to the end to pick it up.
so it's power up reliant.
Yes, it's
But it wouldn't communicate.
It's testing your knowledge of the level to get to the very end, pick up the emerald, and try not to take a spike death.
Right, that's one thing that I
Any
think needs to
damage.
be said about like Sonic 1 as well. Like, because like Sonic 1 is definitely one of the stronger 8-bit Sonic games, which is funny because like Sonic 1 is probably the weaker 16-bit Sonic game in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Sonic 1 is one of the stronger 8-bit ones.
Yeah.
And it's like the Genesis like Sonic games like are kind of known for having a degree of trial and error to them in that like your first playthrough will always be a little rougher than repeat playthroughs, and getting better at the game is just a big part of the experience and stuff like that. The practice process is a big part of that experience. And it's like you don't have to memorize the level to still have a good time, but like level memorization is something that will definitely benefit you. With the 8-bit ones, I feel like the need to memorize level design is dialed up a bit, because when you first find that like invincibility power up, you're not necessarily going to think I need to hang on to it until this period. And it could be that maybe you explore something else or you stop to get a bubble or something. And then, oh, oops. How do I get that then? You can always take damage, but like, yeah. And that's what I just call like old gameisms. Like, this is an old game. Like, I think OG Sonic 1, while I do kind of find it unfortunate that for the majority of the game, speed is almost kind of punished, like, it's a game that I think can still be presented today very easily. Like, you know, you can accept that these are flaws that exist with it, but it's a game that doesn't feel dated, really. Like, it still feels like it follows perfectly current sensibilities in its gameplay. Whereas the 8-bit ones, as I say, are a little bit dated because they've got stuff like that. They've got stuff like the Death Plane in the Jungle Zone Act 2. And then stuff like the bosses not giving you any rings for absolutely no fucking reason. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
All right, I'm gonna be old man yelling at Cloud. I think it's justified to do that. I don't like it all the time because it will screw me over when I play as well. But because with the 16-bit games, for the most part, you can damage boost the whole thing. I think with the way the bosses are in the 8-bit games, it is going more towards something you'd see like on like an older video game like an NES or something like that. Just because it's not going to give you that easy out to just damage boost and just go right through it and make the bosses mean nothing.
The
I
thing
will
is, though,
say, the Sonic 1 on Game Gear already isn't much of a challenge because of that screen crunch, especially in the first boss. Like the boss had to be brought down, so you can
oh
just
yeah,
hit
that
him.
one. That one doesn't need any rings. That one especially doesn't need any rings.
Yeah,
But what I would say though is kind of like something that I was saying about Crash Bandicoot quite recently. I think you need to sometimes die a few times to understand fully the extent of what a boss is able to do, like in these games. Like, I think there is a lot of like, because there are blind jumps. There's definitely like in the 8-bit games more bottomless pits than like would really be considered acceptable in like a 16-bit Sonic game and stuff like that.
there's a couple of things that are just like it's a victim of the platform it's on.
Yeah, it's just
So
it's a little
Sonic
primitive
2
compared to what came after.
Sonic 2 it has probably it's probably the worst example of it. Unfortunately, it's probably the best example of like, oh, it's on the Sega Game Gear, so good luck seeing anything up ahead.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah.
Sonic 2 as it is really very difficult compared to like the others.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
brutal sometimes. Like,
Oh, that's what I was trying to say before. Is that like with the Master System versions, like even though there are improvements made to the Game Gear versions comparatively, I still think the trade-off of being able to just see more stuff is always gonna like hold paramount to me, in my opinion. You know
Sonic
what I mean?
does
It's like
also have a nose in the Master System version of Sonic 1.
that's a minor thing.
that is true.
It's just what are you willing to give up to find to play the best possible version for you? And I think
Yeah.
for Sonic 2, I would go Master System. Sonic 1, I've enjoyed the Game Gear version a lot more.
Well, I mean, like I've been playing the Game Gear versions most recently as well because I feel like there's another conversation to be had about the latest official way to play these games and stuff. Because
Yeah.
it's going to become more relevant when I talk about Sonic 2, but we'll stick to Sonic 1 for now. So before we kind of get into like Game Gear, Sonic 2 and stuff like that. Sonic 1, obviously, like, it's the same overall bones of OG Sonic 1. You've got the same beginning, middle, and basically end stage. So Green Hill, Labyrinth, and Scrap Brain all return. But then it's all new levels outside of that. And it's really interesting to see what kind of new ideas this different version of the game has. And I think that's part of what makes these games so fascinating, is that I grew up with quite an intimate relationship with the 16-bit ones, but there are people out there who grew up with these ones. These were the original Sonic games to them. And it's like, that's a completely different game. And it's like, so to them, the second stage isn't Marble Zone, it's Bridge Zone, which, dare say, might even be a better stage than Marble Zone.
Definitely the better song, in my opinion. Bridge Zone song,
Bridge Zone
that
fucks.
track is great. Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, so Bridge Zone is fun. A lot of people make the joke about the auto-scroller. And a lot of people are like, why would you put auto-scroller in a Sonic game? It's like, this was the first fucking Sonic game. Or, like, at least one of them, you know? Like,
your beloved Sonic 2 has an auto-scroller.
yeah, Sonic 3
with
and
Sky
Knuckles
Chase,
also has an auto-scroller in Lava Reef.
And that is a much longer level than the Bridge Zone Act 2.
There are tons of Sonic games that have auto-scrollers. Fucking Sonic Adventure has one. Fucking...
Yep. Sonic Adventure has 2.
Oh, yeah. What's the other one?
I was going to count both versions of Sky Chase.
Oh, I was
whenever you're
referring
going
to...
to
when
the-
I was talking about... I was referring to, like, when Sonic is running down the building.
Oh, okay.
In Speed
I mean,
Highway.
I guess I guess, well, yeah, I think that would be the only real instance of it, because the other one would have been it would have been Lost World, but you could technically take damage and that boulder could just keep going.
Yeah, and
So-
you can stop
yeah,
as
that's
well.
true.
I mean, you could stop in the other one. Yeah. Sonic Unleashed is fucking chock full of auto-scrolling segments. Sonic 06's Mach Speed sections are auto-scrollers.
Yeah.
Like, the relationship between
And,
Sonic
and,
and
like
auto-scrollers...
to be fair
It's always been a
to be fair to those as well, like at least with like the Mach speed sections and stuff like that, like there isn't like, it's not like a case where you're like overshooting the camera, you know, and like waiting for the camera to catch up to you.
Yeah,
You're
like
kind of
that's the
always just
thing
going
is
fast.
like
That
it's moving as fast
that
as you are, or you're moving as fast as like those auto-scrolling sections in Unleashed, for example, serve to
Yeah.
speed you up, whereas this auto-scroller
Yeah, yeah,
serves
yeah.
to slow you down. So yeah, I do agree ultimately
Exactly.
that it's not great, and I especially didn't like it in Forces. But like,
Oh god, no. Yeah.
I think
it's the second level in the first fucking Sonic game. I can kind of forgive it in this instance.
the thing I would also say is that you probably would not want a game making you go even faster or about as fast as you could possibly go with the limited visibility you would have on Game Gear. Like
Oh,
you would not
100%.
want that to be an auto scrolling at its fastest possible speed.
That's one of the
Yeah.
first things as well that I think, people just need to be aware of when playing the 8-bit games as well, is that obviously blast processing was a fucking thing. The Genesis, Mega Drive, the whole thing, it can run things fast. It can process all that. With the 8-bit titles, they had to kind of make a few little sacrifices here and there. And what's interesting is Sonic can still outrun the camera even as early on as Green Hill Zone. Like, there's that whole bit with that big ramp. And Sonic
Yeah,
can go
that's fun.
faster than the camera can. And it's honestly kind of impressive to see. And I think they've done an admirable job at translating that kind of momentum pinball gameplay. But it still has that Sonic 1 syndrome, and I'm referring to kind of like the Genesis Sonic 1, where you do have a character that is quite loosey-goosey, roly-poly, but you don't really get much reason to ever do the loosey-goosey, roly-poly in the level. And at least, I guess, with 8-bit Sonic, it's much easier to drop speed anyway. Like, just a quick nudge left will quickly drop all your speed.
Yeah.
And the levels have been designed around that. It is much more a conventional platformer where the character can just kind of happen to go a little fast if you ever get the chance to do that.
Yeah, it's making
Yep.
you work for that speed rather than just handing it to you. Oh god, I had a point that I was going to bring up, but I kind of just forgot it. Shit.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I think this game has a more impressive final level than the Genesis version. Like, because you've got Skybase after Scrap Brain, and it's very kind of dramatic. Like, you've got the lightning and the clouds and stuff like that as you're approaching Dr. Robotnik. There's a...
Thankfully, it's a modified lightning in this one, as opposed to the original, because the original is pretty intense to look at.
Oh yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking the waterfalls in Jungle Zone are an eyesore as well.
Oh, what I was
Yeah.
well, yeah, that was considering like, oh, the Game Gear screen's lower resolution. It's going to be blurry. It wasn't expected to be blown up on a big thing. It's like anytime people talk about like retro games, but like on a say through Nintendo Switch Online, it's like it wasn't really meant to be seen that way.
Yeah, you're not
It
meant to
just
see
happened to
HD.
be that way because of how modern tech is.
Yeah.
But I think what I was going to get at was that like the one thing and it had to do with the Game Gear screen, because for those who have owned a Game Gear, it is not the sharpest, and the pixel response rate makes it looks like there's a bit of ghosting going on. And
Yeah.
if you have like an auto scroller that allows you to go about as fast as Sonic can go, that's going to be very difficult to like keep tabs on to make sure that you can anticipate what's going on in front of you. Because the
Yeah.
camera doesn't like shift in a way like how it does in Donkey Kong Country or in one of the later Sonic games. I believe either Sonic Chaos or Sonic Blast does that, where it shifts to be like a little in front ahead of you, so you can
Mhm.
see those obstacles. So I think that's why
Yeah.
you know,
I
that's why Bridge Zone Act 2 is the way it is.
Yeah, I mean hindsight's kind of 2020 when it comes to, because like it would be nice if there was like some what is it, um, like Sonic CD does it where it's like as soon as you go forward it starts shifting the camera forward, you know,
Yeah,
and
but
it's like that's cool. At the time,
he wasn't moving that fast.
yeah, at the time like
Once
they
you
were
get to
still trying
Sonic
to.
2, then it's like, oh, we actually are development of Sonic CD, Sonic 2. It's like, oh,
Wait, hang on though. The camera does shift forward with Sonic in the Sonic 1 Game Gear port, doesn't it?
oh, does he?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay,
does. It
well,
does
that
shift
might
forward.
just
I've got it up
okay.
right
Then
now
I
when it
think that
does.
okay. Then that might be a Game Gear only thing. I'm not 100% sure about Master System. It's been a long since
I don't think it does it on Master System because
Yeah, I believe they did it to cope with. So they have at least like tried to take some measure to take into account that screen crunch, which they
Yeah.
didn't do with Sonic 2. But it was a different development team as well. Because I believe the first one was by a company called Ancient, and the second one was, and all the ones going forward, were handled by a company called Aspect. So it's two different companies.
Ancient sounds familiar. Like I feel like they developed something else that I've played, but I just cannot remember which one. But
Well, if
I feel like they've.
here, he'd be calling it Ancient.
Shut up.
Shut
You
up.
know it's true. It's true.
I know it's true. And apparently, you know what? I was watching a video from Austin Evans, and he says it the same way too. I was like, oh, so it's not just Dylan.
They might be siblings.
Ancient.
It you know what? You might have. I don't know about that one, but I think it's a regional thing.
They both wear glasses.
They're
They're
both
both
white.
nerds.
Yeah, exactly. So they could be related. But,
Yeah, every white guy with glasses is related, actually.
yeah, so Sonic 1 8-bit has just a really cool climactic final level compared to like
Yeah.
Sonic 1 16-bit, which is like back to Labyrinth you go. Like,
And then what's really cool is that you go through like the sky on that with the whole storm and everything, and then you go on Eggman's airship, which honestly is really freaking cool. I really enjoyed that.
it's if anything closer to Sonic 2 in that regard.
If anything, that section is actually really tough when you first play it, because I remember dying a lot on it.
Well, I remember
'cause
dying a lot
I-
in this game anyway. Like, I mean,
Well,
for starters, you can't pick up your rings this time. Like that's something.
Well,
that sucks
yeah.
butts.
I think that again, that's a limit. You got to stop that. I think that's a limitation of that they had at the time, because you got to remember, as time goes on, developers get a little more. They become a bit better at developing for that platform.
Right.
But I think with the final level in it, the one that's after Sky Chase or Sky, I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry.
Skybase.
But yeah, after Skybase, like the one where you're going on the airship, you have no rings on that.
Oh no, that is it's called Skybase. That's the final one. Like Skybase
Yeah,
Act 2
you
is
have
on
no-
the airship. Yeah.
Yeah, you have no rings. So
Yeah,
everything
that's
can
true.
kill you.
Yeah, they have
So
a bit of a fetishization for that whole no rings. It's like don't do that.
Well, I think it honestly it works as like a final thing, because it's not overly difficult, but it's like you're not going to want to rush through this one, otherwise you'll hit something.
The
Or
thing,
something's going to hit you.
well, something I did want to bring up, especially in relation to Sonic 2, and I guess we'll be kind of segueing into Sonic 2 quite soon anyway, because Trey's got to go like in about an hour or so, haven't you, Trey?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing is, I found that I'm as an adult and shit, like I don't really love repetition. Like if I'm gonna get sent back to the beginning of something, I'm probably just gonna put it down. Like I'd much rather just be sent back to like my last checkpoint or whatever. And like obviously that's not the way games worked back then. So I'm
Yeah.
someone who finds these games to be much more enjoyable with a save state function. But there is also the fact that it's like, that's not the official way to play, technically. And that's right.
Yeah.
That's not how you'd play it back then. But Sonic Origins is an official product, and that includes a save state system. So technically, you do have an official version of these games.
Oh god, the mental
that has-
gymnastics on this. I was going to say this. Sonic 2 gets a free pass on using save states. That game is bullshit sometimes.
Well, the thing is, I've been playing it with save states, and I've actually found things to like about it. Like, genuinely, there's a lot that's actually pretty good in this game that I would never have had the patience to discover were it not for save states. Like,
right.
Yeah. That's
So,
another
it's
caveat
interesting.
with the 8-bit games, is that the whole arcade, I guess the arcade mindset with the older stuff like that still ran rampant, because like you could argue the same for like the 16-bit Sonic games, but like again, they had that like ring system that was good for like you can make mistakes, and as long as you pick
Yes.
up a couple rings, you're fine. With the 8-bit games, you either get one ring that you can collect no matter the amount, or they just all disappear and it's nothing, so it's like they still had that old school mentality, like
Yeah, I
plus
mean,
with the
let's be real,
limitations
like,
back then too.
Sega didn't even get rid of the live system until, Sonic Forces? So, like,
Yeah,
it's hard to like hold that kind of thing against like the Game Gear
Yeah.
games and stuff like that. But like I am someone
Yeah,
who
for
is very
sure.
glad that live systems have gone out of vogue. I don't think it adds that much at all. Like, I think it's just,
I'm very mixed on it.
death and consequences. Like, you can have consequences without sending me right back to the beginning of something I've already done. You know, that shit pisses me off. And like having an official way of being able to play Sonic 2 on the Game Gear while also having save states there, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that we've got an official re-release of this where save states are a thing. We now officially have it, the best version of 8-bit Sonic 2, officially speaking.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm gonna throw this out there. Again, the old man in me wants to say this. That's really don't you fucking dare! I know,
old man. What?
I can
What do
already
you
tell,
mean, brother.
I can already tell with that phrasing, Pup's gonna just jump all over that. The old man yelling,
Jump all over what, brother? Jump all over what?
these
nuts.
nuts. Got him.
The old man inside you. Anyways, keep going.
my me being like in my 30 plus era, fuck it, whatever. Honestly, I don't see a huge problem with games with a live system, assuming that the games are not developed in a way that tries to combat things like game rentals. Or, I mean, a lot of them are. Like, the majority of the games from late 80s, early 90s were made to combat game rentals. But the other thing was, like, if the level design is fair enough, I don't mind a live system. Sonic 2 is probably one of the few games where it's like, yeah, if you use save states, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Who cares? That game is
Right.
like hot garbage with its difficulty. But
I would
for something
still
like
say, like, just purely accounting for different ways people enjoy games and stuff. And based on my experience of Crash Bandicoot as well, because I've been playing Crash Bandicoot recently and stuff. And one of the things that was always a sticking point for me, because I've been playing through Crash 1 in the Insane Trilogy. Now, the first time I played it, well, the previous times I've played it, I've given up when I've gotten to Native Fortress. Everyone laugh, I know it's the first island. Shut the fuck up, it's hard, okay? It's a difficulty spike, okay? If you can't relate to it, then you didn't experience it. But getting it on PC has allowed me to play without a life system by modding it. Now, I'm not going for any leaderboard stuff with that switched on. Don't worry, I'm not interested in any of that. But, like, just playing it without the life system has taken the edge off of things. I don't like the feeling that there is a possibility that I will get sent right back to the very beginning of what I've just already done. You know, once I've got something down, I do not ever want to have to do it again in order to progress. Like, you know, revisiting it, obviously, for fun, by all means and stuff. And I think things like life systems should still be readily available to people who do like that. But for me, it adds nothing. And, like, people would be like, oh, if you don't like the life system, do you really like Crash Bandicoot? And the answer to that is fuck yes. The level design in this game is fantastic. There's so many fun little shortcuts. There are so many fun ideas. Crash's movement tech is excellent. Like, removing the life system does not remove anything from that experience. The only thing it removes is the anxiety of it. And I don't play games to experience anxiety. I play games to have fun, you know? So, like, I'm quite happy playing Crash 1 without a live system, and would hope that if they ever do a re-release or a PlayStation 5 upgrade, because Lord knows it needs one, like, I'd hope that they would, you know, offer an option to not have
I
lives.
guarantee they will just re-release like the PS1 version on PS5. It'll be like a PS4, PS5 release. They've done that with a couple of games though. Like a lot of their PS1 and PS2 stuff, like they'll re-release it for like the PS5.
Well, yeah, but what I find
And
weird is, like,
it's
the
just-
Insane Trilogy never had an upgrade path.
Well,
is
it
kind
doesn't.
of
It doesn't have an
interesting.
upgrade path for any system, which I think Activision's kind of given up on that game or on that. It sold what they needed it to sell, probably.
But that was
So,
yeah,
they're
like, my experience with Crash 1 before I had and I know you can do live farming and stuff like that, and I could have done that. But, like, my experience with it was I'd get to Native Fortress, I'd make lots and lots and lots and lots of headway, I'd get really deep into the level, and then I'd have a new enemy that I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still trying to get it down, and it would just kill me, and I would have to do that whole thing all over again. And I would just be in a bad mood, and at that point, I would just, like, you know, I got like 2 game overs in and was like, I'm done. And I did not pick the game back up again for years, didn't even play 2 or 3. So playing it through with, like, well, Frank, you, Dave, and Penguin, like has been a good time, but it's also largely thanks to the fact that I have not had the specter of a game over screen looming over me. I think, there's more ways to punish a player than to just fucking throw them back to shit they've already done, like...
Yeah.
But, as I say,
I think
keep a mode in
I think
there.
it
Keep a
depends.
mode in for players with lives.
I think the Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 remasters, like when those had like altered the way that they did the live system, because you obviously like you have saves now. So you would only go back to the zone that you lost, that you got a game over at. I think that was probably the best way to kind of make it less punishing, or make the punishment less harsh. But
makes it-
obviously
Yeah.
with Origins, it's completely taken that away.
It also helps with, like, Sonic, like, obviously, like, levels usually top out at about 6 minutes or so. So it's never that big of a time investment again. But personally, I would rather just keep getting thrown back to the same checkpoint over and over again than constantly, like, have to do the bit I've already done. Like, I've already done this bit. Let me enjoy replaying this on my own terms later.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm just never 100% sure, like, where I stand on that. Like, part of me is like, okay, I guess that's fair. That's something I can agree with at times. It really depends on the game. But then there are times where it's like, well, what do you learn out of that when you're just like going back to the same checkpoint over and over again? But then you come back to the game later, you'll probably go back to that
I
checkpoint over and over again. You're
I
not learning as much.
I think it all depends on the game's design, because you have to strike a balance between having something that's fairly challenging, but also not being able to just brute force through a challenge, if that makes sense.
Well, here's an
Like,
interesting
yeah.
one. Let's look
I-
at, like, Sonic Superstars. This is a game that completely blunders things like difficulty balancing and stuff. Because you've got, like, the Fang boss fight, for example, the Fang Mech Mark 2. Heck, the Fang Mark 1 is bad enough. But, like, these are boss fights that can last multiple phases, and they can last around about 7 minutes or
Yeah.
so. And there's
Yeah,
not a
and that is-
single checkpoint among them. Even though there's no life system in that, there should be a bloody checkpoint after, like, at least the first phase,
Yeah.
Like, because the
'Cause,
thing
like,
is, if
yeah.
you're making me do a bit I've already beaten over and over again just to get back to where I was before, I'm not getting any better at the part that killed me. I'm just redoing the same shit. It's like, you remember in, like, the Master King trial in Sonic Frontiers, when it's like, if you die on that, you've got to do the run up to the Wyvern all over again. And it's like, in what way is making you run up to the Wyvern helping you conquer the bit that actually fucking kills you, Like,
Yeah, those are
it's just time
examples
wasting.
of those are examples of bosses that don't work.
Yeah, but that's what I'm kind of getting at, is I kind of feel like I'm someone who really, really resents it if a game makes me redo things that I've already got down, because I'm just wasting my time at that point. And what happened with me with Crash and Native Fortress back in the day was I cut off my losses and decided my time is more valuable than this. And I think there should always be an option for that kind of player, because it sometimes can boil down to... It can boil down to just, like, economic status. Maybe you gotta work a lot. It can also boil down to neurodivergence and stuff. For some people, like, that repetition might really be a stick in their groin. Like...
I will say, I think one of the more satisfying moments in my gaming, I guess, like, gaming. But one of the most satisfying things that I was able to pull off for the first time was I was playing Mega Man 9 way back when. Like, this was like WiiWare days, right? And like I couldn't get past this level. And I tried it for like pretty much the entire night the night before. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a break from this. Went to sleep, woke back up, played it, and beat it for the first time. And that was pretty satisfying. Like, being able to overcome that challenge and being able to, like, truly learn the mechanics of the game. That's why I don't mind live systems in games like that, because I feel like I'm just getting better at the game. With something like Sonic Superstars, you're not really getting better at the game because there's a lot of one-hit kill, bullshittery that you don't even know is one-hit kill, because it looks the same as every other attack.
I think
right?
it depends where you
And-
stand on barrier of entry as well. Like, for example, like Sonic Riders. Like, that's one you have to memorize the levels and stuff to get through. and that's the barrier of entry. Whereas for other Sonic games, you're rewarded for that, but you're not necessarily going to be penalized for that. And I think that's the thing, is the carrot and the stick thing. I think some games can be a little overzealous with the stick, but you don't want it to be overzealous with the carrot either. Like Forces, overzealous with the carrot as fuck. But I think 8-bit Sonic 2, overzealous with the stick. That stick is always in your fucking face in that game.
You and these analogies.
Yeah, well, apparently that's
agree.
how AI writes, so I'm fucked.
Hey, whatever.
You're using AI on the podcast?
I'm using AI
No,
on this
actually,
live show. What do you know?
I'm using AI from Super Monkey Ball on the pony.
I'm using
podcast.
AI.
You are literally
using
Trey.
AI.
Trey
You're
is
using
short for
Trey-I.
Treyarch.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh,
But,
ew.
more on Sonic 2 though, because like this is another really fascinating game, because unlike Sonic 1, this isn't just a slightly different twist on the game. This is a completely different game from top to bottom. And I'm of the belief that it should be canon. I think this would make a great prequel to the 16-bit Sonic 2. The idea that, you know, maybe Sonic rescued Tails first, and then Tails came with him on the adventure. Maybe that adventure was originally to find Tails' parents or something, you know? I think there's a lot of different layers you can add to that. Why did Robotnik kidnap him? You know? And I think, you know, having like two endings, the good ending and the bad ending, and kind of what fans have extrapolated from the imagery that comes with the bad ending is really
kind of funny.
Yeah, like, and it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure it was not their intent to have Tails
Sonic
fucking
Origins
die.
Doesn't Sonic Origins convey that Sonic saved Tails? I mean, it's from bullies, but it's, you know.
Yeah, from bullies, but like, I think it would be great if they had this grand adventure beforehand. Makes Robotnik look more villainous as well. But like, yeah, no, so it's all brand new levels with the exception of Green Hills Zone, which
Right.
Yeah, there's two of them now. First loop at an 8-bit Sonic
He
game.
adopted a second hill.
He's running through the second hill, Mr. President. But
Oh god damn it.
They hit the second hill.
I think Underground Zone is a really unique opening level. I don't know, it's just kind of like, how did he get there? But it kind of feels like you're
That's
thrown
a bold
straight into
choice.
an action set piece, you know? Like, you've got the minecarts and stuff.
I will say, starting off with an underground level is a bold choice for Sonic.
Yeah, I like the bold. It feels like, you know, thrown in straight into the action, and then Sonic is just like, you're probably wondering how I got into this situation. I'm like, oh goody, it's gonna be one of those movies.
Let's rewind, and then we're watching the...
And yeah, Mr. Chaos is correct when he says, was Green Hills where they had 8-bit Toot Toot Sonic Warrior? Yes, that is correct. It was the same composer from Japanese Sonic CD, and that is where the Toot Toot Sonic Warrior song made its original debut.
Actually, the song is actually called. Never mind.
It's actually called "We Can Do Anything," not "Toot Toot Sonic Warrior."
Well, the only thing you can't do is see the spike bed below you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sonic 2 on the Game Gear do be like that. Like, it's even on the Master System, to be honest. Like, it's full
Sonic 2.0.
of blind jumps and bottomless pits and spike beds and spikes that are falling on you and enemy placement that's just kind of dickish. But then the first boss is a really weird difficulty spike compared to the other boss fights. Like, I feel like once you're past that, the worst part of the game, except for maybe the tube maze, is then over. And this is where tube mazes make their wonderful, wonderful big impression. Those Game Gear tube mazes. They're a member of the family now.
I hate that one so much.
They're a member of the family. I think Tidal Plant has a cool design and stuff like that as well.
That tube maze, that's a member of the family I would neglect.
Wow. Fucking Sky High Zone is not as fun as it sounds, and that hang glider is not clear on what to actually do.
I wish that was better conveyed.
Yeah, it's like it's pressing back. It's like, what? I mean, fair play to them predicting like the Arkham Knight gliding system, but like, fuck. Yeah, it's the design does need much to be desired. And then the game just kind of goes on. Like there's just more of it, you know? Like it's quite a slog. And then like there's the implication maybe Tails fucking dies, maybe he lives, I don't know.
That's so funny. I love it. Oh
It
god.
reminds me of that bit in Family Guy. It's like, oh, if we buy this one, they'll save a gorilla. If we don't, they'll kill
And
one.
if we
They're really
don't,
playing
they'll kill
horror.
one. Like the I don't know. I feel the way that I do with like the 8-bit games because like with two of them, I've kind of did that challenge thing where I apparently hate myself by playing video games by going without
Right.
defeating a badnik. So it's like I think I've become very familiar with it. And it's like, yeah, Sonic 2, 8-bit. This ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gotta be lethal.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm redoing that challenge at some point because I never
hell
played the
no.
Master System version.
Oh hell no.
Because I had an idea what I was getting into. It's like, do I want to like do 2 full playthroughs of this for one video?
You know something
answer
I think
was,
is really
I
kind
should
of
have.
wonderful about the Master System version of Sonic 2 is that all of the boss fights are referred to as something master. They're like the master bots. And something I also find deeply cool about Sonic 2 is that Robotnik is kind of in the background this time. He doesn't appear much, but you do see a lot of contraptions, and those are the master bots. But I just think, like, the names of them. Like, let me find the Sonic 2 8-bit boss fight names. And trust me, boss fight names are going to become really relevant in one of the upcoming ones. But like, yeah, you've got Pit Master, Hayoko Master, Balance Master, Doyo Master, and Charge Master. Those are such cool names for robots. Like, Master, like, that's so sick. And it's on the Master System.
Wait, Pitmaster?
Yeah, Pit Master, that's the first one.
That's a Super Nintendo game.
Well, do you barbecue?
I
Is
think
it a
it's
barbecuing game?
Wait, no, I think wait, no, that's Pit Fighter. Never mind. Sorry.
I love the idea that Pit Master is actually just a robot that barbecues for you.
Fresh cut fried BQ burgers.
The thing is, I actually think the Pitmaster fight could make for a really cool opening set piece in a Sonic movie. Like, rather than... Like, you can make it like a big coliseum with shifting sands and stuff, and Robotnik just chucking these massive boulders while this massive Sarlacc-ass ant thing is just chomping at him, chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero. Pac just can't be beat. It would be cool, alright?
Okay.
Be very Indiana
Yeah,
Jonesy. It would be cool. Well,
I would
anyway.
like to see some of the 8-bit stuff implemented in the
It's
movies.
just the Sonic 2 8-bit is just an oddly cinematic game in parts. Like, I don't know, like it's just it sucks that it sucks so much. Like that is so poorly designed, like because there is stuff to really like about it, but like it's one of the worst fucking Sonic games. Trey, you still here? Trey? Brad?
Trey.
Oh,
I'm here.
He's deafened and muted. Oh no.
They got him.
We'll have to kill him. He's back.
Hey, sorry, my little brother was calling me.
I was gonna say they got him.
They got your little brother, Trey.
Yeah,
What do you mean they got him? He's a good man.
he's a good guy too. I liked him.
They hit his
I liked
second
him,
brother.
too.
All right.
They
So,
hit the second brother. Jeez.
are we about ready to move on from Sonic 2?
Yeah, I think we've said everything we need to say, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Trey's playing his Master System. Yeah, freaking Hollywood Elite playing his Master System.
Sorry,
Wait,
I
do you have a
stop
Master
playing my
System or-
Nintendo Master System?
I have both versions.
Is it a Master System or a Mark III?
He doesn't
It's a
help
Master
himself.
System. All right. Who you think I am, Jeff Trezos with a Mark III? Get out of here. But
You're
no,
You're
literally-
I
Red Hot
have.
Sonic.
You're literally
Doesn't
trading
Red Hot
on
Sonic have a Mark III?
mobiles.
But I have both the Master System and Game Gear versions.
Oh,
of
get a load
Sonic
of the
2.
1 trillion pay packet over
Oh,
here.
and actually, fun fact: the Master System cartridges for Sonic 1 and 2 are just the PAL versions, but they work with every console.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Do they have any like weird things going on with like the game speed or
Nope.
anything? Because I know a lot of PAL
Nothing.
games,
Yeah,
like its speed was
they're gonna
tied
inherently
to
have
its
a little
frame rate.
slowdown here and there, but like it's not like any
I-
different. Because I know that PAL Sonic 1 runs slower than like PAL Sonic 2 because PAL Sonic
I
2 they
should-
caught up.
yeah. I
You should
think
see
there
some,
is.
You should
an
see some PAL
internal-
NES games.
Oh God, yeah.
Like Zelda
like,
2
see-
moves faster.
You should see some of the PAL like Sonic comics. Just look up PAL comics. You'll find some Sonic comics.
No.
Ah, you knew what it was, you dirty bastard. All right. Well, anyways.
No, I knew that's a setup for something because I mean, listen to the way how you said it.
We are not
That's
there.
clearly a
We are
setup.
not there in this thing yet, are we? Not at retirement point yet, are we? We're not really at the there's all there is to know now.
A
That's
blatantly
just
obvious
sad.
setup.
That's just sad. Okay, we'll move on. Sonic Chaos. So this is an interesting one because I've heard a lot of like people say this game kind of sucks, but I'm gonna be honest. I think this is where Sonic found his footing in 8-bit.
Oh, for sure.
Like, this is the one where it started to actually feel like the Genesis games. The physics are
It's when we-
generally a bit more reliable than the previous two games. The level design
Yeah.
accommodates for them better and allows you to get some speed out of it. And it looks impressive, too. The only thing is that it's just very, very, very simple. Like, it's a very simple Sonic game, but it's kind of
Yeah.
impressive how far they managed to kind of push this one.
I think near the end of the game, I found myself just being done with it, and it's like, okay, I kind of got what this is about. I'd like for the game to end, and it just kept going.
The final boss is actually surprisingly difficult considering the rest of the game as well.
Yeah, like the rest of the game's pretty fair. The final boss was like, dude, what happened here?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, now you decide to be difficult. Okay.
Oh, that's where the game's teeth are.
Yeah, right.
Weird. Weird. Okay, so, yeah, no, Sonic Chaos is not much to actually say. I think, like, the bulk of the game is just getting the Chaos Emeralds, really. Like, that's
Yeah,
what you're going to be doing for, like, the majority of it. Because, like, it's super easy to get into those special stages. And that's where the challenge is. And if you do successfully do that, you get, like, an emerald over the end credits, right? Like, you get something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of
Yeah.
a nothing burger. It's weird because like the gameplay
Yeah,
and stuff really gets it right. You
it's-
can play as Sonic and Tails this time, which is apt because in Japan it's called Sonic and Tails, so that's pretty cool.
yeah. I think the thing with that game is that it's not a lot to write home about, but it's just a solid enough game. You know, it gets the job done. Like you want an 8-bit Sonic fix, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also correct me if I'm wrong, but this game was never ported to the Master System. Sonic Chaos was not.
I don't think it was. No.
No.
Yeah, it's the
So
one
this
that
was like the
wasn't,
first.
so-
This is the first 8-bit Sonic
Exclusive.
game that was tailored for the platform it was on, rather than kind of being like, okay, let's adjust it for it. You know, so
and that's why when it
that's
comes
probably
to
why
emulating
it
and
feels so
bringing
good.
back the 8-bit Sonic games, they tend to go for the Game Gear ones is so that they can include all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, which
It
makes
also-
sense.
It also makes it easier to not emulate multiple systems.
Yeah, and
Yeah, because even though the Game Gear infrastructure-wise is pretty similar to the Master System, there's still enough differences to where it's like, okay, it'd be a whole other thing.
what I would
But
say
yeah.
Which
is
is funny because the last time they did that, I think, was on the 360 for games like Golden Axe Warrior or something. It might have
Yeah.
been PS2 era stuff, but I vaguely remember Golden Axe Warrior being on a 360 collection, which
Well, what
I've always wanted to play.
what I did just also want to quickly say is, like, let's say someone had played and loved the 16-bit Sonic games and stuff like that, and someone's a Sonic fan and they want to get into the 8-bit stuff. I'd say Sonic Chaos is the perfect starting point. Like, that's a good entry point.
Yes.
Like, it kind of feels
Yes.
like the tutorial for the rest of it. Although, be prepared for some downgrades in terms of just the
Wait, what?
general, like, gameplay when it comes to, like, revisiting
on.
Sonic 1 and 2.
We might have misspoke on this.
Oh, really? What makes you say that?
Hold on. Let me double check. No, this is on the Master System. Okay, yeah, we did miss in PAL regions
Oh.
only.
Was it
Oh, in
Triple
Power
Trouble
Region.
then?
Triple
I think
Trouble
Triple
is
Trouble
the Game
was the
Gear
first one.
exclusive one. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a
Mr.
one to
Terry
have as the
Chaos, thank
exclusive.
you
as
for
well,
that one.
Like, 'cause-
Okay, that's why I was like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I remember reading somewhere that there was a Master System of Sonic Chaos or Sonic and
Yeah.
Tails rather.
I know there was like one of the games that was Game Gear exclusive. I get it mixed
Yeah.
up once in a while. So
That
yeah,
is
thank you for that
crazy
one.
that they were still making Master System versions that late into the game, though. Like that's actually kind
Well,
of
that
Yeah,
system
they
was
really
supported
wanted
for a while,
those-
wasn't it?
they really wanted their previous gen players to get their money's worth. Like,
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't the Master System popular in like Brazil?
yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it was
I think
it
you
was
could still
popular
get it
in Brazil. Yeah, well, yeah, you can still get it in Brazil, and the reason why is because the Brazilian market was very closed off. So Sega were able to do a cool workaround, um, basically having the systems made within the country itself.
If
Um,
if
yeah.
Jorno's in chat, please correct us if we're wrong.
Nah,
Yeah,
no need to
he's
correct. I am correct always, and
Well, no,
yeah,
I mean, hey,
and I'm kidding.
hey, look, I get it. You know, Mr. Hollywood Elite, you could just go to Brazil and go find out
Look,
yourself.
look, I
yeah,
have
like
so much. Since
Trey's
I have,
Brazil road
since I have
trip is on.
He just has to make sure he books that hotel room.
Trey,
yeah,
why won't you
considering
pay for my citizenship papers, Trey? Trey.
Trey.
Yeah, like Sonic Chaos feels like the tutorial for Sonic Triple Trouble, if anything. Like,
Yeah.
because Triple Trouble is the one to get when it comes to 8-bit Sonic games, and it's also
It's a great
interesting because
entry
like
point.
there's more 8-bit Sonic games than there are 16-bit, I think.
Oh yeah, there are.
But like, yeah, so
Yeah.
okay, Sonic Triple Trouble. It basically takes everything that worked about Sonic Chaos, but then really just builds upon it and kind of tries to be like the Sonic 3 of the 8-bit, effectively. Because you've got, triple as in the title. It's like that PS triple. The Wii, it looks like a dildo. But, like, yeah, Sonic Triple Trouble is great. And you've got, the whole point is that you've got 3 villains. You've got, Dr. Robotnik is back as always, but he's behind the scenes this time. You've got the newly renamed Fang the Hunter, and you've got Knuckles, and you got Metal Sonic. So why the fuck is it called Triple Trouble? Like, there's 4 of them.
You got to think about it. There's a lot going on with this game. Like, it just throws a lot into it compared to like all the other Master System and Game Gear titles.
Yeah, even
And
down to, like,
honestly, it's kind of cool.
the spectacle
Like,
of it as
damn.
well. Like when you get to like the second boss fight, and you've got like the train, and like you're running along the top of it and stuff. That's really cool. That would be cool in a 16-bit game, yet here it is in an 8-bit one, and they're doing it. They're doing it.
Yep.
And like I think Fang is a cool villain. This is definitely. I think I would go so far as to say that Triple Trouble, even the 8-bit version, is probably the better game than Superstars to feature Fang. But he's like only in the special stages in this. You just race him on his little pogo thing.
Yeah.
Like, he does not appear in the main story, so you could probably bypass Fang altogether. And then there's Knuckles. And I have been told by Jorno that the Crockles thing in the Brazilian manual is apparently just fake, which has ruined my entire life, to be honest.
Yeah, but Grockles is real.
Grockles, okay, fine, it's Grockles then. Graggle Simpson the Echidna. But
For anyone who doesn't know what Grockles is, that is what I've been calling the AI version of Knuckles in Crossworlds.
No, but the thing is, I've loved the Crockles thing, because the idea that he just has a little brother who stood in for him and didn't get the update that Sonic is now a friend. But also, just because I could use that for Sonic Forces and Operation Big Wave and just say it was Crockles. Because Knuckles deserves the best, and Crockles deserves nothing. I'm still going to headcanon that Sonic Forces was Crockles.
Crockles deserves death by firing squad.
I love how it's even spelled like Crocules if you were to read it with English sensibilities. Or, I guess Greek. Crocules. Maybe that's Knuckles' actual pronunciation is Knuckles. I'm surprised Ken Penders didn't try that. But, yeah, no, Metal Sonic is in it. Yay. Like, because you kind of had, like, Mecha Sonic, kinda, in Sonic 2 8-bit. Now you've actually got the real deal, the guy, the fella. But, real quick, I need to talk about what the official boss fight names in this fucking game are. Do you know what the official boss fights are called?
Nope.
Okay, here we go. Let me just... It's on Sonic Retro, I think. But, like, these are official from the guidebook, okay? This... I'm just waiting for it to load up. I love these. These are great names. Why is it not fucking loading up correctly? Oh, it doesn't
that's an
matter.
interesting name.
Alright. So, you've got... You've got Tart Turtle is the first boss, I believe.
Uh-huh.
You've got... the boss fight in... the boss fight in the Sunset City Zone, or whatever it's called, is called Marv
Sunset City?
Shupopoulos Goo. That's
Perfect.
the name
That's
of the
brilliant.
train is Marv Shupopoulos Goo. You've got in the wooden zone, you've got Wood Butter Rundorf, and then that Metal Sonic bird thing from Robotnik Winter is called Giga Thomas Penn. I'm not joking. These are the official. My favorite one is Marv Shapopoulos Goo. That's like, that's not even a word anymore. You know? Like, they weren't serious when they were naming these fucking things. Like,
So good.
Sometimes
that's-
game manuals, they just kind of like, they get things wrong because they don't have like the source material or whatever. I love this.
Yeah. I wish Crockles was canon though. Like, that just still pisses me off. I wish you hadn't told me that, Jorno. Like, you're a bad friend for that. No kidding. But okay, that that brings us.
You're a bad friend. Okay.
So, obviously, 8-bit Sonic is riding a high right now. Sonic Triple Trouble, really strong game, really impressive for 8-bit systems. So, what better way to follow that up than Sonic Labyrinth, where
We're counting that as an official?
Yeah, I'm counting these as mainline. But, like, basically, when Sonic 3D Blast came out, I mean, that was like a Saturn thing. Like, I mean, obviously it was originally designed for Mega Drive, but like the narrative they wanted to go with was like, look at this Saturn game we got running on the Mega Drive. Aren't we impressive? But even more so, they wanted equivalents on the Game Gear, and they made 2 fucking games to do that. The first of which is an isometric exercise in restraint, where Sonic has his shoes taken away from him and is given slow boots by Dr. Robotnik, and he must make his way through Robotnik's labyrinth, collecting keys to progress through cyberspace. And one observation I had is that the soundtrack is really fucking good in this game, actually. Like, the music's great. Like, it's really high energy. Kind of has, like, a rock vibe to it, yet it's through an 8-bit chip. But, like, it's funny because you've got that wonderful music for the most opposite of fun gameplay. Like, this is the thing. I know some people, like, Sonic Labyrinth succeeds at what it's trying to do, but I'm like, dude, he's so slow, though. And it's like, yes, you can spin dash, but then you sacrifice all your control. It's just, it's a very unpleasant game to play, in my opinion. It doesn't feel good.
It's very weird, but honestly, I found myself enjoying it at one point. Like, it was one of the more recent times I played it. Like, honestly, it could be worse.
The boss fights are also just a fiasco of depth perception.
Yeah, that.
I mean, same was true of Sonic 3D Blast, to be honest. But, like, yeah, isometric Sonic boss fights don't mesh, I think. It kind of works for what it wants to do, but I'm like, the thing is, if they just sped Sonic up a tiny bit, I get it. He's not supposed to go fast in this game, but does he have to go that slow? You know, like,
Right.
it's painful.
And that's what the spin dash is for, but yeah, I get it.
But then,
Not
you're
the best implemented
sacrificing
thing.
So much. He's just trudging along like he's made of sand. But, like, yeah, Sonic Labyrinth, I just don't have fun with it. It's functional. Probably say it's a more well put
the
together.
most bare minimum bar to clear for a game. Like, yeah, it can play it.
You can play it.
You can play it.
I mean, Balan Wonderworld, you can play it, but I wouldn't call it good.
There won't be a lot
Yeah,
of...
that's what I'm saying.
There won't be a lot of, like,
At least-
unexpected things, you know? Like, there's not going to be a lot of, like, technical hitches or anything. the
Well, I mean,
difficulty balancing
if
is okay.
If you play any version that isn't like the 3DS or the Sonic Origins re-release of the game, you might go blind.
Oh, yeah, because it has, when you collect, is it an emerald or a gem or something? When you collect the little fucker, like, the whole screen decides, hey, you got epilepsy? How do you like some epileptic jazz?
Hey, you got epilepsy? I want to test something out.
hey guys, watch this. I'm gonna give this guy a seizure. Yeah, they really were just like that back in those
Sounds
days.
like a VR chat thing. Because I
Sonic
remember that
Colors
was a big
Ultimate
problem
just
with
had some
VR
references
chat.
to Sonic Labyrinth. Oh god. But yeah, again, it's weird how much there was to say about Sonic 1 and 2, but like as it goes on there's less and less to say.
I think it's also because like since like I don't know, Sonic 1 and 2 were like the originators of the 8-bit kind of style of Sonic.
Yeah, they
It's
had to
like,
like
okay,
translate something else effectively, whereas like these are all their own little
Yeah.
thing, beholden to no standard. Which brings us to the grand finale of the 8-bit Sonic games. This is the other game to coincide with Sonic 3D
God.
Blast. You've got Sonic Blast. This one is not 3D, but it sure as hell is a blast. Blast, damn it, this fucking thing.
Blast out of your ass. Sorry.
Now, what's funny is it just kind of starts off as any 8-bit Sonic game, except it just looks like shit now. Like, and that's the whole thing. It's meant to look like, wow, it's so advanced, 3D visuals on an 8-bit system. And fair play to them. They were wringing out every last drop of the fucking Game Gear at this point. They were determined to show this. Like, I'm surprised they didn't try and port Crash Bandicoot over to it at this point. But like, yeah, no.
You'd be surprised on like the things they would try to port like different Crash games to. Like Crash Nitro Kart has like mobile ports, or like I know they're completely different games, but damn, they tried with that name.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it. It's just in this case though. It's like I kind of wish you didn't, because it's like you look at Sonic Blast and Sonic Triple Trouble. It's like those looked perfect, and now this, now we've got
And now for something.
It
And now for something completely different.
It looks like dog vision. Like, you ever see pictures of like dog POV? Like, it looks like that. Like, because everything is yellow and stark blue and shit.
Okay.
Like the colors are nasty.
Okay. Real quick, Mr. Terry Chaos, I know you're saying like, oh, we have Donkey Kong Country at home. Donkey Kong Country, like Rare tried the same thing with a game called Donkey Kong Land. Actually, 3 games, and the first one had the same issues where it was supposed to try to look like the first DKC, but it looked like shit.
Yeah. A lot of it's just like,
And it
how do
played
we
like it
make
too.
this portable, or how do we make this, work?
It did not work.
The
And it
thing that
didn't.
makes me just kind of sad as well, though, is when you get to like, there's like the Egyptian level, and you can see like a little mural on the wall of like these 2 lines. Like, oh, they really actually tried with these visuals, though, didn't they? Like, they don't look good, but they definitely tried.
Yeah, you can see the effort. It's just, damn. I'll just be upfront about it. I hate those that game.
This is one you put on the fridge, but it's not very good. Like, so, oh god, it starts off as just, it's any Game Gear Sonic game, except it looks worse and it feels worse. The physics are now whack. Sonic has a double jump though, which predates colors, so that's kind of cool. And it's all right. It's an okay double jump, but like everything feels very packed and boxed in. Like it doesn't have that like kind of almost effortless translation that say Sonic Triple Trouble has. But it's when you get to Blue Marine Zone that this game just completely fucking loses me.
That is, without exaggeration, the worst zone I have ever played in the Sonic series.
I think I might agree with that, because like the second act has the most ridiculous fucking tube maze I've ever seen.
the tube maze. You're a YouTuber.
Which I still want them to bring back just for shits and giggles, because I hate them.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
And I need something new to hate. They've been doing a little too well recently.
Yeah, that's fair. I sadly got to get going. But this has been fun. Love y'all. Love everyone in chat. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. Take care, everybody.
Farewell, Trey. Have a nice
bye.
night. Cashing another big fat paycheck. Get those Benjamins, buddy.
I shall. Yes, I'm manifesting. Bye-bye.
Bye. He's definitely a man that manifests, isn't he? Like, let's be real. He's got blue crystals in his room that he uses to heal. California types. Fucking Californian shit!
Funny how that's the California type, yet I'm actually from California and I don't do that shit.
Oh, pick me, that's you. I'm a good Californian. Don't.
You're playing a dangerous game right there, pup.
I didn't do it, did I?
No,
not taught me that fucking phrase.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like the whole, like, oh, I need praise. That's literally you. Oh, hey, I did this 3D model. I need praise now.
Well, yeah, I do. Why wouldn't you praise it? It's very praisable.
And yet you're going to say that to me? You know what? No, I'm going to do that to you going forward. I'm going to need praise now.
You have not justified your praise. You have not justified the
All right,
praise.
then. All right then.
Yeah, you know how it is.
No. All right.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get past Blue Marine Zone.
I did. It just took way too long. My question is, how the hell do you screw up like a level? It kind of reminds me of like the tubes from Sonic 2 in a way, because like you could go the wrong way and then there's death. In Blue Marine, it's more of you don't get oxygen, so you die.
Well, the
Like,
thing
how do
is,
you mess up?
I found that game is kind of loosey goosey with whether or not you even need bubbles. Sometimes you just walk on the right pixel, you just get air.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Like man.
What a fucking bad game that one is. There is that one really cool looking Robotnik boss fight though, where he's holding like the big staff pole thing, and it's like a reference to like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that is like one of the cool things out of it. But aside from that, like I hate it. Like, I believe that has a Master System port that's exclusive to
Yes,
Brazil.
it
I think.
does. And it sucks butts. I think the screen crunch doesn't actually make much difference because it's got a border on it anyway, I believe.
Oh man, that one you can tell that was a Game Gear first, then it was converted to Master System.
That game is an afterthought on all counts as well. It was like, hey, we got these models here. Fuck it, shall we make something for the Game Gear? You know what? No one's gonna fucking buy it anyway. Let's just fucking do it. Let's just be silly. That's a game you make for a bet, you know? Like, and yeah, it's a tragic end to Game Gear Sonic's legacy, to be honest. Like, because he had some strong ones. He had genuinely had some upper points. I struggle to say, though, if I think Sonic Blast is worse than Sonic 2, because I can still get further into Sonic Blast without any save states and feel okay. But then again, I think Blue Marine is a much bigger kneecap than anything in Sonic 2. So
then
I
like
don't
trying to
know.
play through Green Hills is like spike floor, or like the spike pits in the Green Hills or something like that.
That's one that really just
It's
requires
weird.
you to have confidence. But like, why would I think that? You know?
Yeah, but you're still like blindly jumping into something. Blue Marine,
yeah,
it's
it is
like
blind.
you make the wrong move, you're gonna lose a lot of progress, and it gets extremely tiring. I honestly would say Chaos is the worst game, because it at least with Sonic 2, there is a version out there that you can play that makes things a little bit easier to get through. It still feels good enough to play with Sonic, not Chaos, but Blast. That's what I meant. With Sonic Blast, it just does not feel good to play. The double jump does help a little bit.
Sonic 2
The double jump helps a
does...
bit, but I just don't have a reason to care about Sonic Blast at all.
Sonic 2 also, like, yeah, once you do get past those difficulty spikes and stuff, and if you are playing with save states, there's, like, a good game within it. Like, there's some cool stuff in there. And there's also spectacle as well. Like, it's a very cinematic game. Sonic Blast is not. The one thing I can say that makes Sonic Blast maybe worth trying out is that it's got Knuckles in it, playable. Like, that's the only Game Gear game where he's playable.
It ain't worth it.
I mean, can he even glide in that one?
I don't remember. I think he can. It's just not for very long.
That's one thing I
But
did quickly
even-
want to throw out there as well, is just that Tails being playable from Sonic Chaos to Sonic Triple Trouble, and how he could fly and stuff as well. That was really cool.
That's. Oh wait, no, you have the game on you. You could actually find out for us.
What do you mean?
I don't have it installed. You have Sonic Origins on you, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, it's like you can find out for us if
I
Knuckles
will-
can glide.
I will never do that.
Apparently, Knuckles can glide.
Okay. Also, Sonic, I feel like I should have mentioned this earlier, but Sonic Triple Trouble has a really cool feature that we didn't mention. And that's that if you, like, bounce off of a spring, you can still curl up into a ball while in midair.
That is super useful, and I think that comes from its limitations, which
Kind of surprised they never brought that back.
yeah, that's actually genius. I'm so happy that they brought that in, because sometimes you need it.
So I did have more planned for this episode. I kind of planned on, like, talking about remakes of the 8-bit games, and Dylan was going to
Let's
get part
get
of that
into it.
conversation. But I think save that for a time when Dylan's free, because I think he'll enjoy that. And also, like, go on.
What I was going to say is, like, we won't go too deep into the discussions on those, but what I would say is that I would say seek out these the remakes as well. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sega Master System remakes, but also
Yeah,
uh
the ones by Creative Araya. Those ones are fantastic.
yeah, I will say I do have my nitpicks with them, but it's just like it's very minor. Like it's kind of a who cares kind of
Yeah,
thing.
there's like
'Cause
decisions here and there where I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that done differently. Like, for example, bringing back the Master System death plane on Jungle Zone Act 2 and making it so you can't pick up rings after getting hit again. Like,
that's
why
just
would you
evil.
not bring that back, but you've got, like, the super peel out and the drop dash and a cool new, like, ledge jump move as well? Like, why stop there, you know? Like, but,
I was confused on why like the first game brought back Marble Zone. I was like, wait, hold on. I thought this was supposed to be a remake of Marble and Spring Yard Zone. I was like, wait.
well, you can
Sonic 1
switch
Master
those
System
off by
versions?
switching to classic mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was saying like, oh, those were going to be nitpicks because I just found that to be kind of weird. Also, don't forget to check out the Triple Trouble 16-bit remake. I don't think we have to explain why. I mean,
yeah, like,
it's more of an reimagining than a remake, but it's probably one of the best fan projects out there.
to be fair, the Sonic Master System remakes, I'd say, are no less, to be honest, because like they do fill out the levels and stuff. Like Green Hill in the original Sonic 1 Sega Master System, you get through that in a matter of seconds. They've filled it out a bit more. Like there's a lot of brand new level here, and like also
but
Sonic 2.
you still see like
in
you
the
still see a
remake-
lot of remnants of the original level design. With 16 with Triple Trouble, you don't see it as much, but it is you will notice some parts of it that were like, oh, that's in the original game.
Well, that's the thing.
Again,
is,
very
like,
appreciated though.
The Creative Araya ones are more kind of like they're kind of more beholden to being 8-bit games. They're not trying to be 16-bit. Whereas, like, obviously, Triple Trouble 16-bit brings in sensibilities of 16-bit games, such as that much better overall kind of level design of, like, the 16-bit games. Like, less bottomless pits and spike beds and blind jumps and stuff like that. I will say there's a lot less blind jumps in the remade Sonic Master System ones as well, because, like, obviously you got more screen real estate, but also, like, controls have been tweaked to be a bit more predictable now. Still very faithful, but, like, you don't have, like, slowdown issues. And we'll get more into it in the future, but like for now, like yeah, consider that your fucking assignment for next episode, guys. Like audience, and you know, fuck you as well, Frank. Is fucking play
I've played
those
these
remakes.
games. I've played these remakes already.
Well, play them again. Fuck you. Like
Also, rest in peace, Sonic Chaos 16-bit or remake.
oh, is that not happening?
I haven't seen anything on it in a very long since since the Sage demo, which came out years ago.
Also, I will say, just real quick, like, if of the Master System remakes by Creative Araya, Sonic 2 is a game changer because you've got, like, the tag team function in it, but it's, like, the best it's ever been. Much better than Sonic 4 Episode 2. And also, like, that becomes integral to the gameplay. The game is designed around that. The only thing I'm not fond of is that we got rid of the story of Tails getting kidnapped. I kind of liked that story. I just like seeing him in that opening cutscene getting carried off by his ass. Like, it's just very funny. Maybe I'm just evil like that. I don't know. But, like, yeah, that's your homework, chat. Go play those.
There is one more thing I did want to bring up. There was something that's like, there was a third game that they Creative Array released, and it was supposed to be. It kind of resembles like a remake of another 8-bit Sonic game, but it's not 100% a remake of it, and it has you playing as like swapping between 3 different characters. It's a very bizarre thing that they went into. I'll discuss it more in when we do come back to that stuff, to the fan remakes.
And I've just seen that KB's asking about what about the Tails spin-offs. We will do the spin-offs a different episode.
Yeah, Tails Adventure.
I have got them written down here, but I decided to put the spin-offs.
I don't think it's a 16-bit one. Oh, sorry.
There isn't a 16-bit one of Tails Adventure and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's just like trying to be like a faithful remake, which hey, that's pretty cool. I've covered it before, so
I haven't actually played that one.
It's an interesting look at the game. The visibility helps out a lot, but yeah, definitely an interesting title in the franchise.
Hang on, I'm just gonna log all these down. I'll also put the super chat cutoff in effect as well. So yeah, thank you all for the super chats. The super chat cutoff is now in effect. Any super chats after this point will be read in the next episode. So yeah. But also, like, yeah, almost there with these ones that we got down here. Let me just log that, and I will pin a comment as well. I'm talking to fill in the space at this point. What will I say next?
Please don't say anything that will guarantee we never have another episode.
You say that like that's a regular occurrence.
I mean, you keep saying the word. You keep saying the M word, and Sonic fans don't like it.
Oh, I'm glad your mic sensitivity was good enough to capture the correct. Is it a consonant?
M.
Yeah.
M.
Yeah, M.
The one that comes after L.
M for Mike.
The one that comes after L. You know, like the one we'll take if you say ma.
So okay, right. Have you got the super chat mailbag open?
Yeah, I got it. I got it up.
I'll start us off with Mr. Krabs 459. Thank you, Mr. Krabs, for the $1.99. Gromit, I told you not to crank 90 with Patrick. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Borker.
Mr. Krabs with the $1.99 super chat. It's $8 for Emerald, $17 for the pass. Jeez.
That's not good. That's really not good.
If you do plan on doing it, feel free to use code Gotta Be Frank.
It's not a good deal. You guys should do it with this code though.
Well, no, I'm like if you feel that it's worth it to you to go for it, then go for it. Just remember, you know, one of us has a code. Soon, both of us will have codes.
Yeah, maybe.
No, we're gonna. It might sound like cope. No, we're gonna will it into existence.
Hell yeah. And if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna go to their building and I'm gonna explode the place. I'm gonna explode it. That's a joke.
Hey, Podbean.
Podbean.
Yeah, that's a joke.
I love the idea that we're just looking up at like a camera and it's just like got a fisheye lens. Like Podbean. No.
I feel like we're just saying it and then we have to turn around and like Podbean. Remember, that's a joke. There's this thing called humor.
We need more Sunset City animated, man. Like we gotta do this. I'm just imagining a shot like that one shot from the Lithero, I think it's the Silver campaign where like Sonic and Silver are looking at like the ring camera. Yeah, it's just really exaggerated. But okay, Borger. KB with the $1.99. Thank you, KB. Also, KB number 1. KB's our number 1 fan. Mr. Krabs is our number 2 fan, it seems. So, thank you, KB. Honestly, I think IDW always has kind of low stakes compared to Archie. Even the Metal Virus ended with just about everything going back to the status quo, just like how the game's plots tend to go. This is true. There's never been like, let's say, lingering consequences that didn't kind of get things back to the status quo with IDW. Whereas like with Archie, you would have big developments and stuff. Archie's just fucking better in my opinion. I'm not gonna make any bones about it. Even when Archie was bad, it was at least interesting, and a lot of IDW stuff is just very unremarkable now.
It's a shame.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's a Sega thing. That's a paddling. Borger.
That's a paddling. Paddling the paddler? Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
Frank, it's your turn.
Okay, Mr. Krabs with the $4.99 US. Wait, who's doing the voice on this one? I don't have like an indicator for it.
I mean, if you say Gromit, it's probably Wallace.
Gromit, have you seen the Vector? Have you seen Vector Patrick? What? Meanwhile, at Sonic Racing Crossworlds, time to crank 90s. I don't know what I was going for on that one. Crash into Vector Patrick, pay attention. Boom.
He's just he's riding wacky races now. Like Borger. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. So KB back at it again with the $9.99. Thank you, KB. Squidward's house plugging up Mount Bikini was a direct reference to the season 7 episode Sponge Kano. Oh, that's fun. I haven't watched much SpongeBob past, I think, season 4, I want to say.
That's about where I stopped watching, only because at the time I didn't have cable, so...
I mean, the golden age was seasons 1 through 3, right? Those were the ones to watch. Like... I'm sure
Those
there's
were the
still
ones
some
I
good
remember the
stuff.
most because I was obsessed with that show around that time, and after a certain year, I had no access to Nickelodeon, so
I
it
know that
was
like
just all gone for me.
a big thing that kind of happened was like you had seasons 1, 2, and 3. Then the SpongeBob SquarePants movie came out, and that was Steven Hillenburg's final, at the time, SpongeBob project. And then the show was carried forward with like a new creative team under the leadership of Paul Tibbett, and you could definitely feel the difference. It's going for a different vibe, and I'm sure there's merit to some of that, but also there was definitely a quality drop off. I'd say, I think it is safe to say SpongeBob is unfortunately in the camp of probably having more bad episodes than good at this point. But the good ones are so good, like
Yeah, they're like I've been able to like. So my brothers never really watched SpongeBob. I was the only one who did, and I was able to put on an episode, and it was like, yeah, it's still pretty good.
yeah, like I mean that was a thing. Like that was kind of my observation when I was rewatching the SpongeBob movie with my flatmates. Was like, man, we saw this as kids in the movie cinemas, and like we did not know we would be watching a comedy classic at the time we saw this. Like we knew we were seeing a SpongeBob movie, and that's exciting. Like, SpongeBob, great. Everyone loves SpongeBob. We did not know it would endure like this and become so prevalent in internet pop culture. Like, that's insane.
Right.
What a great movie. I still need to see the others. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I've heard the second one is really unhinged.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I think I was talking to writers about that one.
Yeah. What did they
Yeah,
write?
because shut up.
Oh, look
Talking
at
about
me.
Writers
I'm Frank.
DX.
I'm friends with writers. Oh. You and your friends at the Screenwriters Guild, you California elite. All right, okay.
Sure.
I guess we'll just get that next super chat up then, shall we, Frank? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we probably should.
Hamburger.
Okay, Jorno with the 10 Brazilian reals. IDW Sonic being canon or not is not the issue. It's just the way Sega has approached the sub-series. Like, look at Boom and look at Boom. That's not canon, but it got a bunch of notes, if not worse ones, or late Archie.
I don't know though, because so I love the creative freedom they had with pre-boot Archie. But I gotta agree with Ian Waffles in that I feel like post-reboot Archie, post-Super Genesis Wave, is kind of the ideal Sonic universe. It's a perfect compromise between the Sonic of the games and that Archie freedom fighter-ass stuff. Brings all the best stuff of it over. And, like, obviously it can't go quite as deep or quite as mature as early Archie sometimes went, but, like, I say early Archie, I mean pre-boot. Pre-boot under Flynn, alright? That was a good time. That was a good time to be reading Archie Sonic. Like, Flynn made a fucking impression when he came in. Like, that is one thing that needs to be stated. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I think Sega just needs to be a little kinder to their sub-series, you know? It's like I always say about, like, you know, the Archie, Sat AM and stuff like that. They deserve more than just a little name drop in the greater conversation, you know? If I ever hear the word Archie come out of Izuka's lips, I'll be so happy. Not gonna happen. He's never gonna acknowledge it. You say Archie to him, he puts his fingers in his ears, goes la 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 la, not listening.
I wish Izuka was a good friend.
No, that Sonic doesn't fucking count, boy. Ours is the Sonic that counts. You fucking run away with your stupid little comic books. That's what Sega say. But okay, thank you, Jorno. And we got another one from Jorno Borger with the 5 Brazilian reals, Frank. 5 Brazilian reals. Okay?
Wait, well, yeah. $5 our dollars.
Sure. Okay, so. Alright, reading it now. Jorno. Overall, yes, it can be frustrating to see Sega use their dirty little hands to change things. It's something that comes with a long-running series. I mean, yeah, like, at the end of the day, there's always going to be edits, you know? Like, editing is just a thing that happens as well. I think this largely comes from a conversation about, I'm guessing, Evan Stanley recently confirming that some of her writing was changed by Sega of Japan in the most recent IDW Sonic issue. There was someone that kind of mentioned Evan Stanley by name and said, I don't like the way Evan Stanley's written these characters here. And then Evan Stanley was quick to kind of just say, hey, just so you know, I didn't write that, basically. That is one part that has been rewritten. And it's quite rare that you see industry writers kind of dispelling those things as quickly as they do. I hope that doesn't harm any relationships. I'm sure Evan Stanley has a much better understanding of her contractual obligations than I do. But like, I don't know. Like, I remember when like Stealth posted all that stuff on the day of Sonic Origins launch, and it was like, oh boy, oh boy, are we gonna see a classic Sonic game ever again? The next one was made by Arzest.
Well, to be fair, that was in development for a while.
I know. It's the timeline, isn't it? Like, yeah. Anyways, I think we'll go ahead and move forward on the next one. Borger.
Okay, Mr. SP with the 1121 US. It's easy to forget how advanced the Game Gear was compared to other handhelds at the time. The graphics, the sound, the full color backlit screen were far beyond what the Game Boy or the Atari Lynx. It just cost 6 AA batteries. Yeah, and I believe what kind of like was the end for like the Game Gear and the Atari Lynx was that they required more batteries, but the battery life was a lot worse than something like the Game Boy, and the Game Boy could just go for hours on like 4 AA batteries.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is the batteries fucking killed the Game Gear, really, didn't they?
Yeah, like ambitious as it is, it's got its limitations, and at that time, the limitations were battery life, and that was one of the big things with like portable systems. You had to have the battery life to support whatever game you're trying to make or whatever game is developed
please
for
have
it.
some batteries.
And if you're a kid, batteries aren't cheap.
I love the fact that there's a Game Gear buddy, by the way, in Sonic Rumble. Need to get that.
Yeah. Also, don't forget to do the thing so you can get your Google Play's games Chow, which you have to play like the PC Google Play Store version.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's available as well.
Sure. All right. So the next super chat, Borger, Mr. Terry Chaos with the £2. Alex, thank you, Mr. Terry Chaos. Alex Kidd made 8-bit Sonic look great in contrast. See, I knew nothing about Alex Kidd, but I have heard that Alex Kidd was a crap mascot for Sega.
Yeah, I mean, it was not doing them any favors, and yeah, the games were about as old school as you can get. So if you were struggling with like the 8-bit Sonic games because of their live system and some unpredictable elements, Alex Kidd is on another level.
Well, they just needed to tap into that furry market. That was the key. Borger. So,
Jordan,
this is you.
Oh wait, yeah, Jordan with the Alien Royals. Oh, look at me, I'm Trey. I don't see super chats. To be fair, we read these at the end of the show. Like we read them at the end of the show.
No, but that is a point though. Trey has slunk out at the super chat. He's not reading what the fans are paying him to read.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember,
solution.
Hollywood elite. That's a drop in the bucket for him.
There's only one solution, because obviously, like, we know Trey is absolutely fantastic and we love him and he's a great host, but we have to just fire him because, principle.
Yeah, we're firing him out of a cannon.
Sure. If that's
that firing. Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're firing him. He's good at what he does, but he hasn't been here for the super chats. Businesses be like. All right, anyways. Thank you, Jordan.
Hey, look, you've been great for the business, but we need like yearly profits.
You've been great for the business, but Weenie
Hut Jr.
So, Mr. Krabs 459 with the $1.99. Oh, look at me! I'm Trey. I'm going to Sonic World. Oh, live in a gumdrop house on Lollipop Lane. Thank you, Mr. Krabs 459.
I kind of regret showing you that clip.
I already was aware of it.
Yeah, but the moment I'm like, yeah, that's Pup. That is 100% you.
I mean, it's fair to say I've clearly based a lot of my personality off of Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin without knowing it. 2 cautionary tale dads in American entertainment.
Mr. Krabs with the $4.99 US. Vanilla, Carrot, and Wario in the crowd watching Vector's car exploded. Oh no, Vector, Carrot. Oh no, Wario. Good one, Patrick. No, Wario is just a menace. Wario is just a menace.
This is just wacky races.
Oh my god.
He's Dick with a D. So Borker. Mr. Krabs with the $1.99. The pass for Emerald is $8, while Pass Plus is $17. Holy fuck.
What the hell's Pass Plus?
Use code gotta be Frank. And if you're in the future, use code gotta be pup. I would
Like how
do
your
that.
code
if,
is just...
if they give me an option, I'm gonna ask to be called that. Like if they give me an option for my code, I want to be called gotta be pup.
Great.
Just because I'm petty like that, you know.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's
I've known you long enough to know how petty you can get.
true. I could get ridiculously petty.
Sometimes you got to reel you in and be like, "Hey, no." All right. Anyway, Mr. Krabs with the $4.99 US. Meanwhile, at King Kai and 6 Day after a while, Squidward choked to death in Tangle and Whisper Room. King Kai, pathetic man, Squidward, shut up.
And then Gregory's just like, "Oh my god, fucking Squidward, I'm Gregory." And that concludes the soup. So, Franken, what would you like the viewers to know today?
Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, great. I'm glad you
No,
chose to promote
no, I
him
don't want
today.
them. I don't want them to know him.
Wow.
He's probably listening. He's like, oh, dude, what the fuck?
He's like, why are these guys always insulting me?
I'm in the middle of editing a video. It should be done sometime over the weekend. And I have something big that I am going to be announcing very soon.
But not
Don't
today?
have the details yet, but... Huh?
But not today?
Not today. When it's ready, I'll announce it. And then later today, I'm going to be streaming on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/gottobefrank. Just
Oh,
remove the
you're
E,
going to
'cause somebody said
announce that you are a twin of a twin peak? I don't know. I was trying to think of something else to, like, put you on edge, and I didn't get the punchline right. Never mind. We're moving on.
You didn't say tower. Anyway, Pup, what are you up to?
Yeah, hell yeah. So I'm working on a video going forward. I'm really thinking what the next video needs to be though, because I'm in a weird position now. Like I'm in a good position, but a weird one, where it's like so the Coca-Cola video is the latest video, okay, and people are liking it, and it's got some new audience in, and I just want to know what the right next move is. The biggest rookie error I could possibly make is like, hey, look at these Pepsi commercials. Just do that. So I'm gonna learn from my mistakes.
Look at this AI commercial. Just start dunking on AI commercials.
I made an AI commercial so I could dunk on it. I just get progressively worse.
Well, I mean, because like that is the thing that a lot of people do on YouTube or YouTube or like other social media or other video platforms like TikTok or something. Like they have like a hit and then they try to recreate that hit, and
it always happens.
They
like,
eventually
it happened with me back in the day.
They get to a point of like diminishing returns.
Well, yeah, it happened with me back in the day. Like I did that video Gotham's Joker problem, which took off at the time, and then the next day I released Gotham's Joker Q&A, where I just responded to comments. I figured, hey,
oh, it's okay. I did that with without defeating a badnik.
I think every YouTuber has done that when they get their first taste. Fortunately, this is not my first taste. However, it was the best first day viewing figures of any video I've ever made, and I think
that was insane. Like how well that video did.
I was
without defeating a badnik. Without defeating a badnik, there were it didn't just like go away immediately. Like it had some videos that did even better, but then eventually it got to that point where it's like going downhill. But then again, like it was like months before I made a new one, so I'm completely to blame on that one.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Well, yeah, no, because if I had said, you know what, I'm just gonna make the next go one after another, I'd probably have a like I probably wouldn't be worrying about as much with views, but you never know.
Also, like if you do one after the other, it makes the next pivot harder.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you're just gonna do all challenges, and honestly, I'm glad I didn't just go that route because that would have been incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, like that's the thing is, I do sympathize when people are like, oh, I'm trapped in the Sonic thing. because it's like, yeah, I guess I am lucky to have had that. But it's worth noting that my subscriber to view ratio tends to be quite tragic because of that, because of it's a divided audience basically. But
Yeah, but it is more consistent even when you have like stuff that doesn't perform as well. Like you will have like a base number of people watching no matter what. And when you're stuck to one franchise and you want to start branching out to other ones, at first you don't have that. So that was something I had to learn the hard way.
yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah. So is that all you got? Just working on the next one.
Yeah, basically. Ooh, spooky
All right, cool.
skeleton.
Ooh, skeleton.
I mean, speeding ticket's also coming along, but I'm also doing some VTube models too. I will at some point open up a form of commissions. I just need to figure out, what kind of the limitations are going to be, because obviously I can't do everything, but I'm learning I can do quite a bit. So, it would be dumb for me to not try and extort people using that.
Right.
Yeah.